Alright, I think we're live. Let's go lower the setting by a little bit so you don't hear the echo. Alright. Let's go. Telegram. And boom. Moderation helps everyone feel safe. Who cares about that? We don't need to feel safe. We're already wrecked. Oh my. Oh. Holy, what a trade. What a trade. Oh my God. It's a market turmoil. Oh my God. 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 All right. Come on in. Are we effed? Oh my God. Oh my God. Hold on. Sorry. I'm like responding to like 40 different people right now. Okay. First of all, it's good to be back. All right. I missed you guys so much. It's been like 4 months since we've done this. You got to understand, we haven't done these live sessions in so damn long. Oh my God. Look at Ethereum free fall. Okay. So let me explain the trade setup, why we took a short, the reason why I wanted to take a short, and how it played out. So starting off, a few things, of course, on Ethereum. Okay. Number one, before you even start, can you guys hear me loud and clear? Can you put in the chat if you can hear me? And yeah, that would be great. That would be great. Before we start real quick, can you guys hear me? I don't know if you guys can hear me. Okay, cool. Everyone can hear me. Okay, awesome. So let's quickly look over the trade setup, why we entered the trade, how it happened, and pretty much this little market turmoil that is currently going on. So first things first, this isn't rocket science, right? When you have that many retest opportunities on a crucial support level at 24.29, the more times that support level is tested, the higher chances of it breaking is, of course, pretty much why I was looking for that shorting opportunity. But there's a little something that happened over the long weekend. Now, looking at the long weekend specifically, you can see that we had this volume candle right here. This candle was called a manipulation moveset. The reason why, for those of you who remember, and what I've taught you over and over, is when you have a volume candle or something like this, where the market structure ends up breaking above and then retesting as support, we know the fact that that's a long entry. But if you notice, I didn't say we go long at that zone. And the reason why is because of the fact that we don't necessarily have that volume in terms of the long weekend, and of course in general. But look, sorry, I know I'm blabbing for words here, but it's so crazy to see this thing free fall as well. So I'm trying to like make sure that, you know, and reply to everyone. But anyway, so let me just retrace what I said. So this volume candle was, of course, a manipulation move. We didn't have that current volume as we do right now. And that's why I said we're not going long at this zone. We're actually just going to sit and wait to see how this market structure plays out. Now, of course, you can see that pretty much today we had 2 4-hour candlesticks trading below the exponential moving averages. This was not rocket science, ladies and gentlemen. This was not something that was hard to trade on. All we really had to do was wait for the break, and this was the break that I kept warning everyone of. Hey, when this thing breaks, be ready for it. When this thing breaks, be ready for it. And now you can see why. And look at Bitcoin. Bitcoin is in the same sort of situation as of right now. Bitcoin and Ethereum both had the same trade setups. I explained this to you guys so many times. Look, when Bitcoin breaks, Ethereum breaks, right? Everything goes along with it. Dogecoin, Solana, I don't care what kind of coin you are in. Everything is going to be in a free fall situation. And that's exactly what we're seeing as of right now, even on Solana. Am I bullish here? Hell no, right? This is a hell no situation because a lot of people are calling for a $120 Solana. What they fail to realize, or what they fail to even see, is just look at how many times 120 was tested. Ladies and gentlemen, when this 120 support level breaks, it is going to get disgusting. It is going to get disgusting across the board for a lot of meme coins. A lot of people are going to be in panic. Oh my God, I'm seeing so many familiar faces messaging me. I'm sure you guys can see it too. But yeah, sorry. Okay, yeah, anyway, so just looking at Solana even, right? When we have a wick low like this at the 120 region, we have to pay attention to the previous wicks. Well, if you look at the previous wick, it is in the $100 range. And if that level, of course, breaks a market turmoil, it can get even more disgusting, right? So that's why I tell you guys, be careful when you are looking for long entries. When you're looking for a long trade setup or anything like that, you have to be very cautious. The only time we go long or look for a long position is when we are trading above the exponential moving averages. We did not trade above the exponential moving averages since August 25th. Ladies and gentlemen, for over and over, I was on my honeymoon. People were messaging me, Pingu, should we long? Should we long? Should we long? Guys, look, this is a very simple trade. We're below the EMAs. We're below the 9. We're below the 20. We're rejecting off that move set. Why are you long? There's no reason for you to go long, right? Look at Bitcoin. Look at Ethereum. Do these look like any sort of bullish case scenarios? I have taught you guys this so many times that when you have a massive free fall opportunity, when you have a free fall situation like this, and then you have a range or a consolidation that happens after that, that's not a bullish case scenario. That is not an accumulation zone like a lot of people think. No, what happens is another leg towards the downside, and then you have the recovery stage, right? Because a lot of people here were extremely greedy. A lot of people really wanted to enter those trade setups. They wanted those exponential moving averages. They wanted to force the trade in terms of a long. It was not a long. It was simply a short. Even for Bitcoin, from a worst case scenario right now, we're not even at a worst case scenario, guys. We're not even close to a worst case scenario. A worst case scenario at Bitcoin would be around the 52K region. What support are we bouncing off here, right? If we look at it from, I don't know what that is. I don't know who drew that, but okay, whatever. But when you look at it from a support perspective, if you look at it from 55.5, the only reason we're bouncing here is because there's a midterm support, right? There's some sort of confluence here. Guess what? When this support breaks, these folks right here that have been swing trading wrecked, right? You can see how that happened. Look, the last time Bitcoin ended up breaking a major midterm support, the reason we got an even larger volume candle was because a lot of people were panic closing their positions, right? And that's why I tell you guys, the idea behind these shorts and the reason why I tell you guys, look, let me be straight. My channel is free. I don't give a shit. I really don't give a shit in the long term when it comes down to selling you guys a VIP course or selling you a course or anything. I don't give a shit. The reason why I trade and the reason why, and I'm not being super like, cocky or anything, but I have a very high hit rate and you guys have seen that. The reason why is because when I send a trade or when I send my idea, I'm not half-assing that idea. I understand there's 1,500 of you in that channel, and a lot of you guys depend on me for these trades. And that's why when I send the trade, it is to the best of my abilities, and the reason why I don't span the channel with 6-7 trades a day. Sometimes I barely message, right? You'll see days on days, and I'm not even messaging you guys, and the reason for that is nothing has changed. A lot of you guys, what I notice is when I don't respond, you guys panic. You guys start second-guessing everything. Oh, Pingu, the trade's bullish now. Oh, Pingu, the trade's bullish now. Was it though, right? Was it really bullish? No, it wasn't. There's nothing bullish about these setups right now. And when the time comes to be bullish, I will tell you. But right now, I kept warning you guys, like, look, these wicks are disgusting. And when they play out, these things are going to get absolutely disgusting, right? And now you can see it play out. You saw how fast Ethereum broke down. And I really hope none of you guys were long. I really, really hope none of you guys were long because I have been bearish over and over and over. I was bearish for the last 2 weeks. It's not something, oh my God, he just called it. No, I've been saying the same shit over and over and over. So looking at the current trade setup on Ethereum as of right now, before we start, please take some profits, guys. The reason why is now we are at extreme oversold conditions on the 4-hour. For Ethereum to drop $100 in within 30 seconds like that, there's going to be some sort of bullish volume. You don't want to be caught out on the trade. You do not want to get stopped out. I would highly suggest you guys, and you know who I'm talking about, if you're listening, to take some damn profits. Take some profits and let's reevaluate the trade setup as of right now. What's most likely going to happen in the next 4 hours, 8 hours, 12 hours, Asia hours, right? So looking at the setup right now, you can see that we are currently completely over leveraged from our exponential moving averages. Before we jump ahead and assume that we're going to see a bounce, let's go to the daily time frame. The daily will tell you the same sort of situation. But if you notice that we had a disgusting wick right here, the beauty of wicks in terms of daily candlesticks is they act as magnets. So I would not be surprised if we saw another wick opportunity somewhere down here before we see any sort of recovery. Again, I'm talking about the daily. On the 4-hour time frame, we have 2 hours and 48 minutes before the candlestick closes. It's going to get harder, or rather not harder, sorry, it's going to get a lot stronger in terms of recovery once we see that candle close. There's no reason for you guys to be entering a trade setup here. There's no reason for you guys to be entering a trade setup here. Let the candle close, and once the candlestick closes, then you can evaluate your trade setup. You can see a perfect example of this right here, right? So looking at the 4-hour time frame, you will notice that when we had the initial break, we had multiple wick opportunities, right? We had 4 wick opportunities at the zone, and then we had a strong recovery. So that gives you 4 opportunities to be entering a long position. I love the question when people say a support level breaks, everyone freaks out and says, oh my God, Pingu, the support broke. I got to enter. I have to enter. There's no entry point you're going to get immediately. You will get it on the 3rd test. Let me quickly explain to you what a 3rd test looks like, right? So right now we are, again, this is just an example. I'll give you guys a little bit more in depth after this. But let me give you a quick example. Let's assume there was nothing behind this zone. So what I mean by that is there's nothing here. Okay, let's just assume that there was nothing on that zone. Right now, we're just going to talk about this candlestick right here. So this guy right here. This is the first test. Then the second test would be something like this, and then a candle. And then a 3rd test would be something like this, and then a candle. And what that does is on this candle, on the 3rd test, on the candle close, if we trade above the exponential moving averages. So there's 2 trade opportunities here, so pay attention. The first trade opportunity would be if we are trading above the exponential moving averages and we traded this support level 3 times, that's your first entry. The second opportunity is a little bit more high risk, and this is the current state. If we are below our exponential moving averages, but the support level has held 3 times, that is your confirmation to be looking for a buy opportunity into the exponential moving average. What happens after that, though, is once you hit the exponential moving average, so once you hit the yellow and white line, you are taking the trade in profit. You are not holding that trade. And the reason for this, here's a prime example of this. You have a perfect, massive dump opportunity. Just what I talked about, you will see it firsthand. So look, the first support level that was tested, the first test, the second test, the 3rd test, even the 4th test, then what happened? We hit the exponential moving averages, we locked in the profit, and then the trade came back down. Do you see why I tell you guys we are scalpers? We are not 4-hour daily traders anymore. We are simply scalping the market. To be a scalper and to be profitable, you have to be very patient and you have to understand the emotional standpoint. A lot of you guys struggle on the emotional standpoint, and I do blame myself for that sometimes because I have not taught you the psychological of trading yet. And it's just because I've been so busy, but I will start leaning towards that more and more and more. But right now, just looking at the 4-hour time frame, we are not in a position to long by any means. If you want to scalp this range and commit suicide on this trade setup, go ahead. You can. I personally will not be looking for any sort of suicidal moment in this trade setup because you will end up getting liquidated. If, of course, the worst case scenario happens here where the candlestick ends up breaking 3 support levels from here, which has happened before, then you are pretty much stuck in a massive drawdown trade. And again, we are right now in bearish territory. We are not in bullish territory. Now, the question I keep seeing over and over and over is, Pingu, are we in a bear market? Or is it over? What should I do? Should I do my spot positions? Guys, first of all, it is the election year. And every election year, the closer we get to elections, the more market volatility that happens. Now, I personally wouldn't be looking, of course, if you are in heavy positions and you're down, then realistically, you selling and hoping for a lower position doesn't really make sense. You pretty much have to go through at this point and hope for the best, and ideally, when the elections are over, we probably will see the greatest run, and that's where a lot of your coins are going to see a massive run towards the high sides. But for those of you that are leveraging right now, this is the best of both worlds. Not only from a spot position, but as well as a leverage position, you guys are banking both ways. And what I mean by that is for those of you that are part of JumpX or whatever, like in the Telegram, like that exchange, they pay you, right? We're getting paid 10%. So this whole move set, we got paid 10% on top of it, which is absolutely crazy. And that's why I tell you guys, look, like you can use whatever exchange, I don't care, do whatever you guys want. But realistically, the way we trade in this Telegram, we are scalpers. And if you're on Binance, you're on KuCoin or whatever, you can happily trade on those platforms. but the fees are insane. That's why I tell you guys, they literally want us on this platform, and only you guys specifically, because of course you guys are my channel. That's why I recommend it to you guys. But regardless of the current trade setup, please guys, please be cautious. If you want to take longs, you want to buy the dip, you want to do all your favorite stuff, look at Bitcoin, right? So let's talk about Bitcoin now. Bitcoin is nowhere near a buying opportunity. And the reason for this is, you can see, now let's go back to the zooming out aspect of it. We've been here before. We've been here multiple times before. This is extremely bearish. If Bitcoin wanted to see any sort of move set, we would have broken all-time high at this zone right here. We should have broke all-time high at this zone right here, right? So we had the initial dump fest, but if you look at Bitcoin setup right now, we are actually pushing towards, right? We're going lower. These are lower lows. You want to be very cautious of that, right? When you're looking at the grand scheme of things from a 4-hour perspective, look at what happened at this level right here, right? So we had the initial, so at 52K, we had the initial huge move in terms of these manipulation candlesticks. What are manipulation candlesticks? These candlesticks right here are manipulated candlesticks. They have no wicks. These are manipulated candlesticks. And what happens is, when you have manipulated candlesticks, mostly on a larger time frame, they always end up getting hit, which we saw happen in August. We saw the same level move set, and now we got hit again. But usually what happens is, once that level is hit, once that liquidity is tapped, the market tends to recover, and we should push back to all-time highs. Instead, though, we saw multiple rejections across the board, and now we are in that same territory. And that's why I tell you guys, be cautious when you are looking for long positions. You want to be very, very careful, trying not to get caught in swing positions. Do you guys remember back in October, I was probably the only one screaming at the top of my lungs, guys, buy anything, buy any sort of coin you want. We talked about IMX, we talked about Beam, we talked about Doge, we talked about Shiba. You guys remember, for those of you that have been in the chat for a long time, we made some insane money, and we were so bullish. People were like bearish. We're like, nah, screw you, we're bullish. And we made so much money. But now, looking at the current 4-hour setup, guys, this is a time to be cautious of your trades. You don't necessarily want to give back to the market. And that's why I tell you guys, just continue looking for those shorts, right? Right now, every single time we hit the exponential moving average, we are shorting. We are shorting. We are shorting. There's no reason to go long. All we're doing is looking for those shorts. And that's ideally how we trade this market. Any questions? I've been talking for like 17 minutes straight. What are the chances of us entering bull market next month? Hell, by the end of the year? See, that's the thing. I don't trade like that. I don't really look at like time frames or crystal balls of what could happen. All I do is trade the 4-hour setup. If the 4-hour setup is bullish, great, we're bullish. If the 4-hour setup is bearish, because then the problem is you're trading off fundamentals, right? And the issue with trading off fundamentals is you're going to think too much into it. For example, when that war situation happened or anything happens like that, you're going to think too far into it and be like, well, I can't be bullish right now because there's a war. I can't be bullish right now because there's an election. You see how it changes your perspective of trading? That's why I tell you guys, just look at the 4-hour perspective and just continue with that. There's no reason to be looking at the huge long term in the next year or the next 2 years, what could happen and what couldn't happen. Let's focus on what is happening and then continue from there. That's personally what I do. In my opinion, how cycles usually work is after elections, we tend to see a run up. That usually is what happens, but there is some sort of black swan event or some sort of market sell-off that happens in between. And I'm not saying that we're seeing it now. It could definitely get a lot uglier, but yes, we are seeing some sort of situation from here on that point. But yeah, I mean, it's great talking to you guys. Like, it's been so long since I've talked to any of you. How you guys been? How are your trades actually? How is the channel? Like, have you guys been following everything? Like, is everyone doing their thing in terms of the channel setup? I've been trying to keep up with the channel as much as I can. I know for the past few days, rather, you guys have seen a lot more messages coming through. But I am back. I am back full time, rather. So yeah, just wanted to. I'm gonna start doing these live sessions more. It's been a while. But yeah, that was a great trade setup today. I'm sure some of you guys profited hard. I see some messages in here, like it's actually wild how much you guys have made in here. So, oh man, but yeah. Any questions before? It's just a last minute thing. I didn't mean to kind of do the whole idea. But yeah, any questions, guys? There's 35 of you in here. Does anyone have any questions before I sign off? It was just supposed to be a quick little thing. I just wanted to give you guys a perspective and explain the trade setup before we head out. If you don't have any questions, though, I will go back in the Telegram and just quickly, I'll send a little late night note, you know, around 2 or 3 hours, because that's usually when I sleep. And we'll go, so how is married life and the honeymoon? Married life is great. It is honestly great. She's actually listening to all of this, which is a little odd, because she's right in the other room. But it's nice. So how low will Bitcoin go? I mean, honestly, 52K isn't off the books right now. Even 47 isn't off the books, but it can get ugly. Yes, it definitely will probably get uglier. What broker do you recommend? I missed out on. So we use JumpX. So I will, in the Telegram, if you're a part of the Telegram, if you're not here, let me quickly. So let me link the Telegram, because I'm sure some of you guys are new. It is free. You don't have to pay. It's absolutely free. But it's in the pinned message. We use JumpX. It is Canada, US friendly, and it's up to 125x leverage, and they pay you to trade, which is very nice. So that's a platform that I'm using. A lot of people are using now. It's basically Fairdesk. So it's not like, oh my God, you're off Fairdesk. No, Fairdesk sister exchange. So it is literally still Fairdesk. They just wanted to offer more pairs, and they decided to go with the new platform on that front. Doge resistance is 0.943 and 8.43. Would you buy now or assume it's going to drop to 0.843? So the thing is, even with Doge, like I know I didn't talk about Doge, but the same thing, right? If we're bearish on Bitcoin and Doge, we're bearish on, Bitcoin and Ethereum, we're bearish on Doge as well. But in terms of a support level, just for your sake, we have a strong support here at 0.088, but it's already been tested multiple times. That could present a nice buy opportunity, and then 0.075, if not even 0.07. Those are your 3 buying opportunities, and then we kind of go from there. So that's what I would recommend for you, and probably not long here in this situation. A lot of YouTubers are saying that if we go below 49, 48K, we're in a bear market. Do you agree? Well, a lot of YouTubers are wrong. Like, no offense, but a lot of people are wrong, right? And that's what I'm saying. Like, my opinion on YouTubers, trust me, I used to watch them religiously. Now I just don't care. Like, I have my own thing, and I really don't watch anyone else. The thing is, a lot of YouTubers, if you'll notice, you watch one YouTube video, you watch the second YouTube video, you'll start noticing a trend. They all pretty much do the same thing, right? They'll all be bearish or they'll all be bullish at the same time. So when I usually like doing opposite of the noise. So, you know, it's not like, oh my God, you know, Joe Schmo said if we hit 2200, it's over. Like, no, that's not how it works, right? There's not a specific level where things can go and then everything is going to be over. There will be levels, yes, that are important, but there's no specific level that puts you in a bear market or in a bull market. I don't think. At least bull market would be all-time high, but everything else is just noise to me. But yeah, no problem, guys. I hope you guys profited today. I hope you guys made money. And again, like I do my best for you guys. I will always do my best for you guys. The channels are always free. All I can ask is you just shoot a like on these videos. Really, guys, that's all I ask from you, literally, is just like my videos that I post, because it just helps grow us, right? You guys have some, for those of you that remember when I was at like literally 40 subscribers and there was 2 of us in that channel, and now there's 1,500 of us. And I'm not saying I'm a big YouTuber by any means, but at least you guys liking the video, it really pushes it out for me, and that grows my channel, which I like seeing, right? I would love to have like 10,000 people in my own community, my own village. I still won't sell you shit. It's just a mental number for me, right? Like 10,000 subscribers was my goal this year. It definitely won't happen just because of how long I've been MIA for. I'm sure if I was continuing with it, I would have hit it by now. But yeah, like just that's all I ask you guys, is just any video I post, just take 1 second out of your day and just like it. That's it. You make money from me. That's literally you paying me. That's all I want. Everything else is good. Well, yes, Adele, I will continue the episodes. I will get back into those episodes full time. What I'll do is I'll most likely delete them and then I'll repost them. So this way everyone is on the same page, and then we can kind of go from there. I will get back into the content creating as well. So I promise you guys that. I'm from New York. It doesn't allow crypto trading. Can it be done VPN? Bikasu, you don't need a VPN to trade on JumpX. That's the beauty of it. It allows US. So you can trade on JumpX. Just go in the Telegram pin message and you'll walk you through it. You don't need a VPN to do it. But yeah, okay, I'm out. I love you guys. Thank you so much. I hope you guys made a shit ton of money from that trade, and I'll see you guys in the Telegram. I'm gonna head out for a bit. So yeah, thanks again. It was awesome hearing from everyone. I miss you guys. I will definitely get back into it. I promise you. And yeah, farewell. Okay, guys, see ya.